All right. We're here. Quadir.
Yo.
Fucking superstar.
What's up?
How are you, man?
Chilling, man. How's gang? How we doing?
Chilling. Where'd you get that fucking, that watch?
The watch?
Yeah.
Man, just stay icy. You
That's
know
just
what I'm
something light.
You know, something light.
Yeah.
A little bust down.
You're like one of the Migos right now.
Hey, please.
Am I allowed to say that?
Hey, man. I'm doing what I'm doing, my brother. We just staying light. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
You know, for whoever wants to help me, first of all, I still need help. This is just aesthetics.
Yeah,
okay?
that's nothing.
Help a brother out.
Sure.
I can still use money, please.
That's like Ocho Cinco. You ever hear him talk about all his watches and shit?
Oh, yeah. Chad Ochocinco. Yeah, you don't buy no real stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Timo has some nice stuff.
Yeah.
You know about them?
Temu?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of Temu.
Yeah, check him out.
That's like, what's the other one?
It's like Alibaba.
Alibaba, Wayfair.
Yeah, but Timu's valid, though.
Temu's good?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm giving them a shout out. But, yeah.
Maybe they'll pay you eventually.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? Shine's another good app for...
Sheen?
Shine, yeah, Sheen.
Bro, you don't have no bitches, huh? You call it Shine. What?
Shine, like the rapper.
Nah, it's Sheen.
Sheen, like...
yeah, they be having stuff.
Like from Jimmy Neutron.
Ah.
Sheen, right? That was his boy.
Isn't it Shane?
No. That one's Sheen. That one's fucking Sheen. Sheen, the one with the fucking...
Yeah, the
Ultra Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was trying to remember him, but yeah.
So what you been up to, bro? I
Hey,
ain't seen you a
man.
little bit.
Just been going around trying to get on, opportunities.
Yeah.
Comedy's crazy. Today you were like doing big stages. Tomorrow you're back at the mics.
Yeah.
Next tomorrow you're trying to figure out how you're gonna pay your rent.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, just getting around, getting the reps in, putting the time in, waiting for my turn. Pretty much same.
Isn't it
That's
funny how, like, what you're saying, it's kind of different than other arts? You know, like, you can get humbled. You can, like you said, go do a big room and then get humbled at an open mic with 6 people. That's a little different than, like,
6 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a full room in New York. 6? What? I'm killing.
Yeah.
I just need 2, please.
Just 2.
Shh.
You get so much better, too.
Oof.
When you can just make 2 fucking people laugh.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Dude. I remember when I used to start. I started comedy in a sold out room. And, I did 10 minutes, even though the host told me I had a type 5.
Yeah.
He said, I'll give you the light. I didn't know what the light meant.
Yeah.
I just got on stage and I just started hearing the laugh and the adrenaline was going. And for some reason, the comedy lords were like reeling me in, like, yeah. We got an Adam one. He thinks it's Chappelle. And I did 10 minutes and that DJ scratched me off and I got on stage and that MC, the host, came on stage and roasted me for like the whole show.
Yeah.
And, he figured I was African. And, yeah, you didn't let me do an intro of where I'm from, but I like the way this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just fucking, we'll get to it.
Yeah, dude roasted Africa for like 2 hours straight,
Really?
bro. Like in a racist way. And he was a black comic, too. Like, this
Okay.
nigga was like... if it was a white comic,
That would have been a problem, right?
Yeah, but it was a straight black dude.
Yeah.
I should call his name, but fuck him.
Yeah,
I'm not
fuck
gonna give him the sign. But nah, dude roasted Africa for 2 hours straight, bruh.
Every time he went up.
Every time, like it's like, damn, the flies are still here. I'm like, nigga, I smell better than you, for sure. But
And where was that?
it was in Baltimore. It was in Baltimore in a comedy club named Sully's. That was where I started.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you moved from Nigeria to Baltimore, yeah?
I
Or
moved,
somewhere in between?
So I moved from Nigeria to the University of Maine at Farmington, first of all. So Nigeria to Maine.
Gotcha.
And then from Maine.
Hold on. That's a crazy jump.
Yeah.
From all black people to all white people.
Dude.
Cold. Yeah.
When I landed at the airport in Portland,
Yeah.
I was like, am I still in Africa? Because we were this close to the ground.
Okay.
And it was still bushes.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, yo, what farm am I landing on?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw Dr. Dolittle,
I haven't.
but there was a part 4 where the daughter was speaking to the animals and she had to go on a horse ranch.
Yeah.
And, when she was going to catch the bus, there was like this bougie white ranch. where they had like the nice bus, and then as father was saying, our mom was sending her to this old black ranch, and it's called Durango. And she saw the nice white bus, and she's like, "I'm going that way." And they're like, "Nope, we don't know you. This is your bus." And Durango was scary, bro.
Okay.
It was old and like raggedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of what it is, because coming from Africa, I was like, yeah, I'm going to America, you know. And then the plane is landing, and I didn't even think there was grass. My picture of America was like Home Alone.
Yeah.
Like it was like, you know, tall buildings and all that stuff. I did not expect America to have bushes and grass. And, you know, me being this close to the ground, and I still did not see concrete until we landed.
Right.
That was mean. And I remember when we got to the airport, there was no black people.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Good
was
luck up there.
actually trying to find a black man.
Yeah.
Like actively. Like I met the international lady who picked us from the airport. I was like, hello. And I'm like, no black people here. And I finally saw one black guy
Yeah.
at the airport, like outside. And I was like, black man. Is
Oh,
that
the light died. It's all good.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of back home in
That's right as he
Nigeria
pointed it to.
when we run out of electricity.
No electricity, right?
Yeah, and it was just like, huh, what's
Shit.
this? Yeah, and that's just casual. We actually have like an old chant that we always make back home when the light went out, or like when it went up. So you know how you guys have BGE here in America?
Sure.
Where, like the people who's kind of like in charge of your electricity.
Right,
who you
right,
pay
right.
to. We call them NEPA, NEPA, right? It's kind of like an acronym. But like when the electricity came in, it would say up NEPA.
Ah,
And
you
then
guys
when
were
it go
excited.
down, like down NEPA.
Down.
So that would be a down NEPA moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back to the main stuff. I saw the black guy, and I was like, black man. And I remember I really was like on the school bus that was taking us back on campus, and I was literally looking in the streets and trying to find a black person. And I remember getting on campus from Portland to
Yeah.
Farmington. It was about a 2-hour drive, and I could count maybe 3 people who were black the whole trip.
Yeah.
You know, so
And they're
it
not from
definitely
there.
was a shift.
Yeah.
It was definitely a shift, but it was peaceful though. I loved it. I love Maine. I only was there for like a semester before I came to Baltimore.
Oh,
Yeah, I only spent 1 semester or 2. I guess to blend my accent in.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
could
yeah,
be
yeah.
Fully American, so those people don't know.
You learned the word dude.
You know, dude.
Up there.
Literally was the word.
Literally.
Literally was the thing I heard of Maine. Like,
Yeah.
they said that word so freaking much, dude.
Yeah.
It's literally, like, I was like, what does that even mean? And then it says literally means written in words. I literally want to eat. I written in want to eat? Like,
Yeah. That's all that means is I want to eat.
I literally need food right now.
I need to do it.
I literally need to run. Like,
Yeah.
they emphasize that word so much. Why am I doing the Trump hands right
Big time. Yeah.
now? You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Literally.
Everyone agrees.
Yeah. I make the most sense. Nobody makes more sense than me. I have the best stories. This is gonna chart.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna show Club Shay Shay that Shay Shay or Shasha. Club Shasha. I know black things.
Yeah.
Club Shasha.
Is he going to go on that? He should go on that.
I should go on Club Shasha.
No. Trump should go on talk with Shay. You talk about Shannon Sharp, right?
He's gonna get canceled.
Would Shannon Sharp get
Yeah.
canceled if he had Trump on?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be like it's endorsing him, even though Shannon Sharp is just a journalist.
Yeah.
But you know, our people we're a little sensitive. We're not gonna like it.
Sure.
We're gonna be like, nah, brother Shannon, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Endorsing this man
Yeah.
with his red tie and all that stuff. So nah, please,
Well,
Shay, if you're watching this, don't have Trump on. You don't need that clout.
yeah.
You know, Cat Williams made you #1 stream ever,
Yeah.
interview ever. That's good enough. You should get Steve Harvey on there to get a rebuttal, not Trump. You don't need that nigga,
Sure.
right?
That's true, huh? The Cat Williams one was like, that shit changed. Everyone knew Shannon Sharp was doing like a podcast, but once Cat Williams went on, it was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
Yeah, because Shannon Cat Williams went on there and said some stuff.
Some wild shit.
Everyone kind of just
wild
opens
stuff.
up to that guy. Like
It's Shannon Sharp.
Shannon
right?
Sharp, like they just tell him anything.
Yeah.
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 He's like the Vlad It's like what Vlad was trying to do for black people, but then we realized Vlad was the ops.
He was a fucking CIA agent or
So
something.
Vlad was trying to set up people the whole time.
Yeah.
But then they finally found somebody who actually was writing for black people, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna give him the clout that he deserves, and thankfully he got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is nice that you see like people going and doing their own shit, because he was on TV arguing with Skip.
Skip, come on,
Skip. Come on, Skip.
Skip, man.
Yeah.
Skip.
And Skip would always shit on. He would always be like, he'd like clown his achievements as an NFL athlete. Mm-hmm. And then they'd always beef all the time. And it was kind of weird. It was really weird to watch.
Skip. I don't know if you've seen this movie with, what's it called? Underdogs on Amazon Prime. It was kind of like.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg has a movie.
Okay.
And, Andrew Schultz he played the character of Skip on that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and pretty much it was like a white boy journalist who just talk shit about like black good football players.
Right.
And Snoop Dogg was an ex-football player in that movie where it was like big time. Like it was almost like a huge black superstar who just got into a lot of trouble.
Right.
And what's it called? What Andrew Schultz lived his days doing was pretty much hating and talking shit about Snoop Dogg's character. And it was pretty much they made Andrew Schultz look like Skip Bayless. Like the character was designed, haircut and everything was pretty much Skip Bayless lifestyle.
Bayless.
So and then so I could see that it's just Skip is doing too much.
Yeah. And then he would get like angry and screw. It was really weird. It was very strange.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith?
Man, I think Stephen A. Smith is fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
They're both
I think he's fucking
so
annoying.
stupid.
He's irritating.
Dude, I feel like he just does that for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Stephen A. Smith is just I could relate to him, man.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I was not a stand-up and I was in media, I would be, and I know I could say anything and get away with it.
Yeah.
I would be Stephen A. Smith because you know what makes me happy the most in life? Talking shit. Like
It's fun
to see other people like agitated.
Yeah.
That brings me joy.
Yeah. That's like second best when it comes to stand up. If you get obviously you want laughs, but second if someone goes or
you see me do sets.
Yeah.
And I'm all about satire.
Yes.
And satire is pretty much talking shit about people.
Yes.
But like, the only beautiful thing about it is white people enjoy satire.
Right.
Because they could say, ah ha 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 ha, funny.
Yeah.
But I got privilege. So
But we're still
whatever, like, talk shit.
We're still the kings.
We're still gangs.
Yeah.
I'm still Caesar. Did we establish that which Planet of Apes on the pod? They didn't know that.
We haven't mentioned it yet.
Yeah,
but you just watched the newest one, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what you wanted to bring it up. Why?
Dude.
I hear they're racist. Like maybe not this one, but the other ones I've heard.
Chappelle said something about that. I didn't get to watch why I said that. But nah. For the first time ever, no, not for the first time, but watching this new Planet of the Apes, dude, I was right. I actually wanted the flipping monkeys to win, bro.
Yeah.
There were some scenes in the movie where I was like, I didn't try to connect with black people here. Like, I didn't try to say rise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Obama is kind of like Caesar in this case. And they're like, you reeling me into something crazy.
Yeah,
but like, he was like, I keep talking shit.
I'm like, all
This is
right.
gonna go viral.
What's that?
No, but like, dude, Caesar. So
Caesar's the head one, right?
yeah, it was like the first. It was the chimp that was trained by humans that
Okay.
became very smart and then started an old colony and
Right.
colonized all the other apes.
Right.
And then started war against the humans and whatever. But like in the beginning of this one, they basically paid respect to Caesar and he died, and then Caesar kind of became like their godfather. And then there was a lot of clans of apes. And then there was a new guy, a new ape that was gathering it was conquering all the clans and putting them all under him because he wanted to start a kingdom. And basically his main thing is wanted evolution. But then there was this human who was white
Of course.
that was pretty much threatening. She was not gonna help the ape gain evolution.
Learn
The ape
about
literally
evolution.
explained that all I want is evolution. And it was like I heard during the time the human dominated, the humans were so brilliant they could build planes and they could fly in the sky like the eagle and ride boats and all of that stuff. I just want to learn that stuff.
So these apes didn't know how to do that, but they were smart enough to fight and beat humans?
So apparently the humans created a virus
Okay.
that made them dumb and gave all their intelligence to the apes.
Damn. Sounds like
Yeah.
something we'd do. Because they're fucking stupid.
So the apes became very dominant
Yeah.
in this planet. They could speak, and the humans did not know how to speak or understand each other. So the apes became the humans became like cavemen all over again.
Right.
And there were some few humans that were still very brilliant that could read and all that. So the apes were evolving quicker. They had dominance over the world. They could communicate. They could actually speak and verbalize, but they did not understand how to run technology yet.
They were just
So-
a step below.
It was a step below.
Yeah.
So, but the humans could not talk and understand each other anymore because of the virus, but they still had their technology. So that was why, that was why the apes were basically trying to go to the other side and basically capture the humans. So there was a vault that the U.S. government was hiding the virus, the antivirus, and a lot of like machine guns and all that, but they sealed it with like an armor. So the lead ape was trying to gather all the clans of other apes and try to break that door down.
Yeah.
But there was this white human that would not help them because she knew what was in there, and she knew the antivirus was also in there, but she was trying to get in there and like reverse it. It's crazy. I fucked up the movie for you. But
Were there any spoilers in there? Did you say the end yet?
I kind of just said the whole fucking. No, I didn't say the end. I didn't say the end, but I fucked up the whole movie.
By
But,
the
like,
way, that movie should be that movie should be scarier than it actually. Like if apes, God forbid, apes, because we'd be fucked. We'd be absolutely fucked.
dude, I was watching them ride horses, and that shit spooked me, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh, the apes, sheesh. And the gorillas, bruh. The gorillas was whooping one of the chimpanzees' ass, bruh.
Yeah.
That dude did not have a chance, bruh.
Bro.
Like, it was him and his dad trying to fight one gorilla.
Yeah.
He whooped him and his dad's ass, bruh.
Good
It was
luck,
like,
bro.
and you and your father take a beating. You beat the shit out of this motherfuckers, bruh. It was crazy. But yeah.
Gorillas are some of the coolest fucking animals. I have a big
Dude.
gorilla tattooed on my back.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I would say, let me see that, but Diddy ruined a lot of stuff for the boys, so
Yeah.
we ain't trying to
can't-
see that, bro.
You can't
But,
show sneaky tattoos to the
Yeah.
boys no more.
yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
Bro.
We were talking before we started recording. We read a story about how an orangutan was able to fucking heal himself. Can we find that story? I feel like we talked about it recently.
Yeah, I think I saw something similar to that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Is TikTok banned yet, or what? What are they doing? Because I started
Yeah.
posting videos on there. I'm like,
I keep posting, yeah.
It's like, I heard they passed the bill, but dude, it's still working on my phone.
No, they're giving them like a year or like 9 months or something.
A year, so I
So-
still have chance to go viral.
Yeah, you do. I think you do.
All right, bet I'm gonna keep posting
You
it.
s- yeah.
But like, nah, I did saw something like that, and apparently there was this dude that always like comments like on animal videos and stuff, and like it brings facts.
Yeah.
And he said that's normal, and it's like animals are known for actually self-medicating from the beginning of time. Like, there's been different animals known to put dirt on their wound and stuff
Sure.
like that, and there have been like giraffes that would chew certain leaves that would help them like give birth easier. Yeah, so
Interesting. Some of them also get high. Some
oh yeah,
animals.
yeah. I saw dolphins would like
The blowfish.
the pufferfish.
The pufferfish, yeah.
Yeah, they'll pass it to each other and puff each other.
Yeah.
They're puffing and passing.
Oh, there's monkeys that eat like rotten fruit and it like
Yeah.
ferments, so they get
Yeah.
drunk. It's like wine and shit.
Yeah. Facts,
Yeah, it's
facts,
wild.
facts.
What's that say? I'll read it off that if you can't get it up there.
I think it's, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh,
They're capable of remarkable self-healing abilities. Recent study in the wild, an orangutan named Raccoose.
Who gave that nigga the name?
I know, right? Who names them? Was observed treating a facial wound with a medicinal plant known for its anti-inflammatory and pain-revealing properties. There we go.
Dude says his name is not Raccoose. His name probably Franklin or something.
Raccoose. Yeah.
Dude probably named Caesar.
That's King Louis, right? King Louis was an orangutan. Raccoose carefully chewed the plant, then applied its juices and whatever that word is, to his wound where flies had begun to gather, and returned to a plant the next day and repeated the process ultimately until healing his wound. Wow, it's the first time, what did it say? Remarkable behavior, first recorded instance of a wild animal using a medicinal plant to heal a wound. That's fucking sick. Problem-solving abilities, yeah. So we should watch out. It seems like Planet of the Apes is turning into a cautionary tale instead of just a
dude.
make-believe.
Like even in I feel like they be sending a lot of like subliminal messages to us through movies,
Always.
and we don't be catching on till it's late. Like, cause dude, the way they were like the U.S. government had like. You know, well, I don't want no problems, bro. I'm working on my papers. I'm not trying to go back to Africa. But like, dude,
God bless USA.
Yeah, USA, USA forever.
Yeah.
No, but dude, man, the movies be having a lot of like stuff. Like the Alien movies has been in existence forever.
Yeah.
And we're just finally like confirming on that aliens exist. So, which means, like, even the mermaid tales, like, dude, I feel like most of this sci-fi situations are actually, like, real.
Yeah,
And
dude.
they're just like, they're not gonna know.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna leak the secrets of these humans.
Yeah.
And just say, nah, I'm just joking. And they're not gonna see that I'm leaking secrets.
That's what an alien would do. That's what an alien would do. He'd be like, you guys are crazy. Look at this make-believe shit you guys are coming up with, and he's planting shit in the meantime.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Dude, it's crazy though. It's crazy. But let's reverse this game real quick. What have you been up to? Man?
Shit, man. Same thing as you. Maybe a little less than you, but 'cause you go all over the place doing stand-up.
Yeah. I've been,
I'm stuck out here in New York. But,
you chose to be stuck out here, bro. You did that to yourself. You could go out, but no.
Do you drive?
I do.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah.
That definitely helps. So
catch the train too.
Totally. So from Maine, what'd you go to school for? Or go to
biology?
college? Really?
Yes. Biology pre-med. I was gonna be a doctor like a good kid.
Like a good kid. I feel like who else has come on? Sesh was on here and she was pre-med too.
Yeah, she was pre-med too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you've
so
had
crazy.
everyone here.
That's so crazy.
I don't feel special no more. I thought I was one of the originators. I thought I was Caesar out here, but nah. Tell me I'm the first African, and I'll feel good.
The first I think so, yeah.
Okay,
First
cool,
African.
cool.
Yeah, especially with the accent, for sure.
Oh, so you have had some fake Africans on here?
Yeah, maybe.
Who's a fake African?
Not since New York, but back home, yeah, in Rhode Island, I've had some.
Who?
I don't think anyone you'd know. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. My buddy Mohammed Diaby, he's got an African accent. I forget where he's
Oh
from.
man, I don't feel not special at all. But where has this spot been, dude? This shit is not blown up scenes. Damn, like you've had this forever.
This podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing this for mad long.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you should
This
be
is
like.
episode 311.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
311.
311.
Yeah.
You know when people say consistency is gonna work out?
It doesn't.
That shit is trash.
That's a lie.
If you're looking right now and you are thinking of starting a podcast, these people are on episode 311 and I'm the guest they have. Don't start. It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm speaking to myself also because I was thinking of starting a podcast.
Yeah.
300. I would have quit, bro.
You should do it.
You
It's
know,
not that hard. That's why I keep doing it.
You know what?
It's really not hard.
Don't let me talk shit, man.
Yeah.
You remember what I said earlier? What makes me happy the most in life?
It's talking shit.
Talking shit.
That's what we're here for.
I am not here. I don't mean to diss the pod. I
think
just
that's the
know
clip.
it
Yeah,
just makes
that might be the clip
That's
for
the
for the
IG clip
episode.
right there.
makes me happy, dude.
Yeah.
To talk shit.
When you get angry, does your accent come out more?
When I get angry, I lose the ability to speak English.
Yeah.
I just cry, bro.
That happens with all immigrants. My parents are immigrants, so
Yeah.
I'm not an immigrant. But I get the
Duh.
idea.
Nigga, you an immigrant. You
Yeah.
cannot finesse it. Where's your
Yeah.
papers?
Yeah.
You try to play it cool like you're not an immigrant.
It's
Your
just
name
a-
is Antonio Barbosa. Like,
Yeah.
bro, come on.
Yeah.
No matter how much deep your baritone is, nigga, you are Spanish.
Maybe somewhere along the lines.
Dude says maybe. You're not
Portuguese.
adopted. You're
My dad's
not.
Portuguese,
Okay.
which is right next to Spain, so it's close. That's why I said close.
You guys are like Portuguese is not like finesse Spanish.
Yeah, it's like a deaf guy speaking Spanish.
Yeah,
It's,
just finesse Spanish.
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, come on now.
yeah, and
It's closer
Portuguese-
to Brazilian, no?
well, yeah, Brazilian.
Oh, Brazilian
technically
is Portuguese.
Yeah.
So your dad is Portuguese and your mom is what?
His Italian.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
an-
thinks I'm Dominican or something, Puerto Rican.
dude, that's what I thought the whole
Yeah.
time. That's an interesting mix. So like, you definitely have some Andrew Schultz in you.
You think
Pause,
so?
but like,
yeah.
but like, kind of that kind of it's kind of like a cousin to you. Then
Yeah. I get
Yeah,
what you're
like-
saying. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know you were Italian at all. You
It's
didn't do
wild.
you don't do this shit right here.
Two of the most racist cultures, Italians
No.
and Portuguese people. They're pretty
No,
racist.
No, they're not the most racist.
Who would you say?
Ah.
English people?
That goes without asking.
yeah.
By the order of the Queen, we colonized India, dude. How?
Yeah.
They don't even look like you.
Right.
There is no flipping way why you should even think that India
Mm-hmm.
should be under you.
Listen, bro, Portugal had colonies in Africa till the 1970s. They were fucking pretty bad. They were pretty fucking bad.
I mean, dude, I know. Like Brazil, Cuba,
Yeah.
there's many Nigerians there right now. Like most of the slave trade from West Africa went towards that side of the world, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, there's a lot of like Yoruba, my tribe, there's a lot of Yoruba like progenies who are like worshiping like the idols from the Yoruba tribe in like Cuba, and like there's like a whole, you know, there's a whole clan of Yorubas in that area, especially in like Cuba, where they have like a community where the only other speak is my language,
Really?
Yoruba. Yeah. So like they worship the Ifa and all that stuff, like the Ifa, which is like the god of, you know, in the Yoruba tribe, you know. So like even the king of the Yoruba tribe, like the main king, the head king, because there's a lot of clans under the Yoruba tribe, the Oni of Ife, visits Cuba to see the Yoruba branch over there. So like there's a lot of Yoruba people. Like the old Orisha in the Spanish culture is from the Yoruba tribe. The Orisha is a word. It's a Yoruba word which means deity. And you know, so and I know there's a lot, like if a Spanish person wants to run voodoo on you, they would say I'll speak to the Orishas. The Orishas are actually from Yoruba tribe in Nigeria,
Yeah.
in Africa. And the Orishas got to Spain through slave trade, which is when the Portuguese and the Brazilians came over, and
Yeah.
people from the coast of, you know, West Africa, you know, over to the other side. And then the more they multiplied, the more they preserved that, you know, culture. And
So-
now even the natural born Brazilians and the white ones, you know, or the Portuguese are actually following that religion now and the traditions.
Interesting. So, have you seen voodoo work?
Dude, I've even seen white magic work. So like it's real.
White magic. What's that? A credit
Like-
card?
No. When you,
Getting a loan?
no, when you have you ever been to a magic show?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like when
white
a
normal
white boy
magic.
just comes like I've seen Eric
Rabbit out the
Edelman
hat.
when I was in college, when I was in Maine. It was like a typical white guy.
Yeah.
And this dude was able to like read my mind and tell me the name of my first crush.
Okay.
Which was not like an easy American name. It was like an Arabic name that started with a Z.
Yeah.
Like maybe 12-letter word, and he was able to read it off my mind.
Yeah.
She's
like
over there looking her up.
Yeah.
you know, it's
She's
just-
typing it in.
She knows, but like no, there's a lot of like magicians that I've seen actual like not even African people perform magic. So you think the people would actually originated like the real progeny of human life would not have magic. Like I've
Sure.
seen people fetch water into a basket back in Africa. Like they had a basket. You know what a basket is?
I've heard of one. Yeah.
It's kind of like a bowl, but it's weaved.
Has holes.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically like a
interesting.
sieve. Like can you pull up a basket real quick? I'm surprised that y'all niggas do not know.
We know
Never heard
what
of a basket. Is that a basket? Would you call that a basket?
That's a basket.
My laundry basket over there,
Not that one.
because the water would come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, can you just start a basket, like an African basket? No, I want to. No, I'm.
Yeah.
This is actually interesting to me. Because
Yeah.
I knew you genuinely have no picture coming to your head right now.
I think we know exactly.
Basket. yeah, like a woven basket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. so
Totally.
you've just been
Yeah, I was
sarcastic.
fucking around.
I've been in America 8 years. I've
I'll
not
still
seen one
Google it,
around.
just
I've not seen
because.
an actual basket like what I'm thinking in my
Sure.
head. So, but like, yeah, something like that.
Like that
Like
woven.
the one on the right, woven hand basket.
Yeah.
something like that.
It's like what white girls bring to the beach.
That's right. Yeah. Something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah, but like usually they keep peppers and stuff in there. But like,
Peppers.
yeah,
yeah.
like when there's
I believe you.
when they go to the farms and they're harvesting a lot like peppers, tomatoes,
Yeah.
onions, they usually like carry them with those baskets.
Totally.
And like when you pour water in that, there's no way to retain it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen people pretty much pour water into that and fill it to the top.
Ah.
The only explanation to that is magic. There's no way. There's no lining. Like there's no, paper line. I mean, what's it called? Plastic lining inside the basket to retain
Right.
the water. It's actually just pure magic.
Right.
I've
But-
seen people empty out a bowl, right? Like a cup. Like it's an empty cup, and then they do this shit right here. Right.
Okay.
And then they empty it out again, and there's water pouring out again. Like,
Right.
It's almost like they're water bending. You know what I'm saying? But like invisible water bending.
Yeah.
So like I do believe magic is real. I do believe voodoo.
But
is
like
real.
with or what you call white magic, nobody ever. They normally don't be putting curses on people. These white guys with
you're
tuxedos
saying, like,
and shit.
Oh, you're saying like
I'm talking about like fucking with
voodoo,
people.
like
Yeah.
evil. Oh yeah, facts. That should be real too.
You think? Yeah. Okay. I spoke to a Jamaican dude and he told me it was legit.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
when I was coming to America, nigga, I did not let nobody in the family know.
Ah. You
Yeah,
thought they were
because
gonna-
like there's people who can fucking ruin your career
Really.
just by knowing you about to start one.
Oh
Like,
shit.
it's a natural African thing whereby if your family is about to move from the country to somewhere bigger so their life could be better,
Yeah.
they don't let nobody know. Like we get a visa, we get a ticket. The day we're flying, we don't tell nobody. We land in America and then we go take a picture like, hey guys, I'm in America.
Yeah.
We don't tell people like we start flying. Like to even get into America is like a 2-year process. Nobody hears about that shit. We go to family reunions, Christmas parties, Easter parties, Eid, all the parties. Hang out with families. Don't
Yeah.
say shit.
Don't mention it.
Get a visa. Got the money. Get a ticket.
Mm.
Get admission into college. All of that shit.
Quiet.
Then when you land and you get into school and you settled in, then you post a picture and then you call the family, hey, I'm in America now.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's
because
like the lottery.
Yeah, because like, dude, this stuff is real.
Yeah.
You just gonna wake up and you see crazy stuff in your skin. Like, there's no explanation for it. Have you ever like when doctors or scientists see some sicknesses and go, I ain't ever see that shit in my life.
Yeah.
His blood pressure said perfect. His heart is beating, but his eyes is not opening. Something wrong.
Damn. That's scary as fucking. You got to bring in like a witch doctor.
Yeah.
She cuts a fucking chicken's head off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Some
of
wild
that.
shit.
Yes.
Damn.
Cut the chicken head off without a knife.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, this shit is turning into a Joe Rogan podcast. I thought we were going to talk about comedy. You know what I asked
We
you
are.
earlier?
We are.
I was like, what are we going to talk about? Was it going to be subtle? And I just wear my shades and just
Yeah.
be cool?
Yeah.
But now we talking about
Voodoo.
We've talking about wild shit today.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yo, we talked about baskets. We talked about
Kids. That's wild. That's wild shit.
Yeah, wild shit.
So from Maine, you go to Maryland. Or Baltimore specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Still trying to be a doctor at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Went from University of Maine at Farmington to Baltimore City Community College in Maryland.
Okay.
You know, got out of Maine because it was too expensive, financial struggles.
Sure.
So went to community college. It was way cheaper. And then graduated from community college and transferred into a 4-year Morgan State University. Graduated, with a pretty decent GPA, over 3.5 honors. But I found comedy senior year in college. So that was when I actually had admission into like a medical school, and I was actually supposed to go. And then after I graduated, I started thinking about it. When I started comedy like senior year, this was the first time ever where I felt like I wasn't out of place. I always felt out of place in society growing up. Like I talked a lot. I had the zeal to just say shit just to make people laugh or piss people off just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
So, which is the characteristic of a comic. And, every other person was normal to me. Like every other people would do stuff that I would be like, this is regular, man. Why y'all being regular? Why can't y'all just be a menace? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can't y'all just be a little cooler? But when I got to a comedy club for the first time and I saw comedians and their lifestyles and them just being lone wolves and just doing crazy shit on a daily basis, I was like, I think this is where I belong. This is, for the first time, I feel like, I use this analogy a lot. It was like my first time at a comedy club, I felt like a gay kid was been on the spectrum for so long and he did not know he was gay. And somebody took him to a gay bar and he goes, home. There we go. I'm home now.
That's great. That's how it felt.
That's how I felt.
That's how it felt.
I took that mic and I was like, yeah.
A gay kid who thought he was just too autistic.
Yeah,
he didn't know he was
like,
gay.
He was like, yo, why does my cousin just look nice to me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, why is homie's ass looking juicy every time?
Yeah.
And then he goes to the gay bar and he see two niggas like kissing. And it's like, oh, so this is normal.
That's what I like.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
I used to watch you guys on TV and I liked it. Now it's in front of you. It's like stand up.
Yeah. So I think the moment I kind of knew I could do stand up was, I mentioned it earlier, Hassan Minhaj. I was watching, it was during the pandemic. I was watching a lot of like specials. I just realized I didn't like watching regular movies on Netflix, except it was like very American or like historical, because I was such a nerd. I like to learn a lot of history. But I started watching stand up, and stand up was the only thing I could really get into and watch episodes and hours of.
Yeah.
And really enjoy it and not be bored. And I was watching different styles, and I think one of the styles that stuck out to me was, it was three people that kind of influenced me. It was Kevin Hart. I just liked the fact that it was just silly.
He's free.
It was just free. It was just goofy. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I never actually thought about it till now. But two people stuck out to me was Dion Cole.
Okay.
And Hassan Minhaj.
Yeah.
So Hassan was really why I said, I could do this. I watched his first special, Homecoming King, right? He was the first stand-up out of all the shows that I've been watching that didn't have a physical mic. He had a lavalier.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
He had one of those, and he had like a PowerPoint presentation behind him. Now, mind you, while I was in college, they would do group projects, and I was the one that would say, I'm not going to write nothing on that PowerPoint for y'all. I'm lazy. I would talk shit about if the project is looking horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I could get an A for us as long as y'all let me present that shit.
Yes. I felt the same way when I was in college.
I would kill PowerPoint presentations for the team, but I would not. I still didn't know how to I still don't know how to make that shit.
Yeah.
Till date, and I have a degree. I have a 3.8 GPA. Graduated out of college, but I was horrible with PowerPoints. Right, but yeah, I would like kill with PowerPoints, and I was already enjoying stand up, right? And I'd seen Dion Cole, and the one I saw of him was he was the first person I saw would bring a book on stage and read off the book and make people laugh.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of the jokes would not work and it would cross it out on stage. Now I know it's a gimmick.
Right.
Now I know he knows all the jokes that are good and the ones that were just trash.
Right.
I didn't know that was a gimmick. I really thought that man was figuring out jokes on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, so, but like, I saw that and I was like, I like the way this man just does this shit. Like, it was just like, you know, that I don't give a fuck lifestyle and people are paying him for it. I liked it. And then I saw Hassan do the PowerPoint special. And I was like, I could do this. And immediately, dude, I thought I could record an hour special.
Just immediately.
Immediately. I'm like, I have a lot of stories.
Yeah. I can make this happen.
For my graduation party, I was 3 months into comedy. My graduation party, I made it a comedy show.
Yeah.
And like, I made all my family members come watch me at my graduation party and pay for tickets. Damn. I swear to God. Yes.
From out of the country?
Yes.
God
so,
damn.
Dude, my graduation party was called Quadir Yussuf. At the time, I went by Q-Boy.
Yeah.
If you go to Baltimore today and you mention Q-Boy, if you told them Quadir Yussuf, many people would not know what you're talking about. But if you say Q-Boy, they know it's me, right? And I went, my comedy show, my first special, I was 3 months into comedy. I recorded a special.
That's like Brendan Schaub.
Dude, I thought I was Chappelle, nigga. I thought I was nice.
Yeah.
I recorded an hour, 30 minutes straight.
Really?
Dude.
An hour and 30?
Yes.
God damn.
I look at it now and I'm like, that's not a comedy special. That's a documentary. That shit was horrible. There was no laughter in the first 20 minutes. Like, dude, there was like no premise, no setup, no punchline.
Yeah.
I just thought I was cooking, though.
It's like an Apple product unveiling. It wasn't even a stand-up.
Oh, my God. That shit was horrible. I killed to myself and the family who came to it.
Yeah.
They had a time of their life.
Yeah.
But being a proper comic now and looking back at those tapes, like watching the tape, I couldn't even get a joke out. I was just all over the place, kind of like this podcast. Anyway.
it's the thing with when you watch stand-up, regardless of whatever. I watched stand-up when I was a little kid, and you watch them and you're like, I can do that. It's just talking. All the guy's doing is talking funny.
Yeah.
Like, I could probably do that.
Most comics thought the same thing.
Yeah. And you think, and you also think that he's just coming up with it, or she is
you
just coming up with it right there.
At least a year of touring.
Yeah. To give you that hour.
Different parts of the country, tweaking each word, memorizing it word for word, line for line, take for take.
Yeah.
None of that shit is, freestyle. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, everything is written to the T.
Yes.
And then, we out here thinking it's just natural because you're new in comedy, right? And graduation party, 3 months into comedy, I done one open mic, which was the one I ran the light.
Yeah.
Right. And I just went on stage and did an hour 30 of material, and it felt good. And I never stopped since then.
Now, when did you graduate? When was that?
Nigga, you trying to size me up real quick?
I'm trying to figure out how
my numbers. Nah, bro, that's a mystery.
Yeah,
I'm a king in this comedy shit. I've been doing it forever now.
Forever.
I said pandemic. That should give it off. I graduated May 2021.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. So this year 21, 22, 23, 24. No.
Year 3.
No. I started comedy a year before.
Okay.
Yeah, I started comedy. Yeah, I started comedy during the pandemic. I was doing skits. I was writing a lot of sketches. But like stand-up, performing, I think, I'd done my first performing early in 2021.
Got you. Now let me ask you this, right? Because I had mentioned that my parents are immigrants. And I always grew up, they said you got to go to school because they work like dogs. They work bullshit jobs.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to go to school and then get a good a good job.
Right.
What did your family think? Were they immediately supportive, or were they like, Quadir, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. So
you moved here and you're going to talk shit on a stage?
Thankfully, by the time I had 2 elder siblings who had already done great in being an African kid.
So that helps.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
both
yeah.
of them were. One is a nurse, like a boss in a job.
Yeah.
And the one is a biologist who was also kind of like a boss in her job, right? And I'm the third kid out of four, and I have a younger brother who's also doing great. You know? And I had good grades, and then when I started the whole comedy thing, you know, senior year of college, they saw me do a couple skits that blew up locally. You know, in the house, they were like watching me and they were enjoying that shit themselves, but they didn't think I was gonna pursue it. And when I started thinking about it, it was when I did stand up for the first time, and it felt like home, right? And I was like, I don't know, man. It takes about 10 years to go to med school and become a medical doctor.
Right.
And I heard it takes about 10 years to be good at stand-up comedy, you know. And I was pretty young, right? And I'm like, dude, if I spent 10 years in comedy and don't make it, I could go back to med school.
Sure.
I'm not gonna come into comedy year 10 after medicine,
Right.
becoming a doctor, and then start doing open mics for 3 people.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that shit.
Yeah, you're already making bread.
And all I'm gonna, it's not just bread, it's just the pride of an African man. It's inevitable. It's like, I only have a bachelor's degree, and you see how I carry myself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, imagine me being a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And somebody's telling me to bring 8 people for 5 minutes.
Yeah. There's no fucking around.
Hell no. I'm not doing that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be at the cellar immediately.
Yeah.
So
The joke-telling African doctor.
Yeah,
at
right.
the cellar.
Right? I thinking I'm already this guy that I am not.
Sure.
Already the Kanye complex, and having an MD to back that up, I would sell out my own shows.
Yeah.
You know, book a theater, give everyone tickets, do a sellout special for myself because I can afford it. You know,
like your graduation party,
right?
Similar.
No, I mean, I mean, I made money. People bought tickets.
That's fire.
But it's family.
Yeah.
Anyways, right? You know,
they were willing to buy the tickets. I mean, shit.
They were just like, well, graduation gift, $25.
Nobody cares. That's a good way to look at it. Graduation gift. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of what they did.
Yeah.
People came from out of town just to watch me do 1 hour, 25 minutes of bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what happened was I asked my dad. I mean, when I had this conviction that I don't think I'm gonna go to med school, my mom was the hardest to convince.
Yeah.
So I told my dad that I don't think I want to go to med school. I want to chase being a comedian, right? And my dad apparently wanted to be a musician when he was a kid. And his parents did not support him. So when he saw me, he saw the little him. So he was like, yeah, chase your dreams, boy. So dad was off the rip.
That's
it's like, now you gotta figure out how you're gonna tell your mom.
Your mom, yeah.
So dad has known 3 months before I graduated that I wasn't gonna go to med school. Mom found out the day of my graduation. I took off my graduation gown, wore it for her, put the cap on her, put all the medals and all that stuff on her. And then when we got to the house, she was like, yeah, man. She used this Yoruba term. She said, Oku oku ni bonro, which means a gun always recocks and keeps shooting, like, which means you got to keep going type shit.
Sure.
And I was like, turn off your bullets.
Yeah.
I'm like, we ain't shooting no more, man. It's a wrap.
Yeah. We're going from guns to bow and arrow.
Yeah, we're going backwards.
Yeah.
And she was like, what you mean? And I'm like, yeah, I'm parking this machine right here. I'm about to start something else totally different. I'm about to be a comedian. She's like, why? And then she saw the 1.5 special live. She came to my first comedy show. So, and she saw, like, anyone who has eye for talent, to be honest, and not me gassing myself up, seeing me first 3 months into comedy, you would know that I have huge potential.
You have natural ability.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
My parents saw that, and they were like, you know what? We might have something in our hands.
It might be
here.
okay. Yeah.
This nigga might actually make it.
Yeah.
So they started supporting, and they've been supportive ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. People always talk shit about African parents, and like, you know, my parents are not supportive. And I'm like, sorry, bro, but I can't relate, man. My parents are amazing.
They're
you know what I'm
awesome.
saying? Yeah. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, I wish they were not supportive. Maybe I'll even be farther than where I am right now.
You
Maybe
do better.
Yeah, like
They're
I'm
telling
like,
you you're a fucking loser.
yeah, like if they're telling me I was trash, probably I'll be doing way better right now. I would even hustle a little harder. I feel like the love they're giving me is making me like relax a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I can always go back home.
Yeah, totally. That's like with Terrence Crawford. You watch boxing at all?
I know him.
You know Terrence Crawford? Yeah.
It's my guy. We do open mics together. Nah,
World champion boxer.
I know Ted. It's Bud, right?
Bud, yeah. He talks about his mom and how she used to, as he was a little kid, would be like, "You ain't shit.
Damn.
You suck. That guy's gonna beat your ass." And he would get heated, and he's like, "Fuck you, mom," and he would just win straight off hate.
Yeah.
And now they ask him, they're like, "How's your relationship with your mom?" He's like, "I love her.
Yeah.
She did the fucking best thing for me.
Yeah.
She called me a bitch. I went out and started beating motherfuckers' asses." So maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
So I need to call my mom and say, you know what? You're being too nice to me.
Yeah.
Start hating.
This is enough.
Start hating.
Yeah.
I need the hate, please.
You're deep down angry at me, Mom.
Yeah.
You wish I went to school.
Yeah. Start hating. Stop being nice. Don't listen to all those podcasters saying you need to be nice to your kids and be your kid's friend. Be a real African mom.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm a disappointment.
That's
maybe
right.
maybe I'll work harder.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make it by now.
Well, to do
Maybe
anything.
I'll be on God's Free podcast instead of Antonio.
Yeah, people might watch that one.
Yeah, I was just joking.
You two
I
and
love this shit.
Dante Nero.
I don't know that guy, man.
Dante's the
I know
big
him,
dude,
but like
big heavy dude.
I don't know why he's on the podcast. Respectfully.
I think they're just boys. I don't know.
Facts.
But you got to be. To do anything creative and to think you're going to make a living off it, you got to kind of be delusional. In a sense.
100%.
Yeah.
Delulu.
Yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
Delulu, man.
Right.
Straight Delulu. It's like I'll be going through the toughest things. And matter of fact, let's do this while we're on live. Like, dude, I'm thinking I'm in a predicament right now whereby I might move back to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were saying you might be moving next month
because this month makes it exactly a year since I moved to New York. And I moved here with no job. I used to be a biologist. I actually did work with my degree for a whole year. Made sweet money that I've ever made before since I've been in America. Bought myself a Mustang. Got my own apartment. Life was good.
Yeah.
And then I saved about 6 months of rent because I wanted to come to New York. And I'm like, I'm going to have 6 months head start, rent, no need to work. I'm going to move to this New York. I'm going to knock on every freaking door.
Yeah.
And at least within 6 months, something would give. I would get an opportunity and I'll be able to keep living. And 6 months went by. That was when I finally started hosting an open mic at Tiny Cover 10 p.m. Friday night.
Best of the bits,
Best
baby.
of the bits, pull up to the mic.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Hell yeah.
And then 6 months after that was when I kind of like started like struggling because now I didn't have rent anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of just started hustling. Something was given somehow. I got a job. At least not a real job. I became a substitute teacher. But it was during the winter season, so a lot of teachers were calling out a lot. So I was able to get some bread from being a sub, and the school was literally in front of my apartment. Like, I walked downstairs, I'm in school. So, like, I was able to do that. But then the weather is nice now, so all the teachers are showing up.
Yeah.
So nobody's calling me. Like, I don't be getting called maybe like once in 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, I need money.
Yeah. Like, we don't need you, Mr. Yussuf.
Nah, they don't need me right now, bro. They don't.
A lot of comics do. Like, they'll sub. They'll be substitutes.
But like,
how easy is it to do that? I
dude,
feel
you
like.
just pull up and
Can
sit
anybody
down
just do that?
and not give a fuck. Literally, like, if
What grade were you doing?
I'm doing all grades.
Okay.
You know what's crazy about this situation is I have the qualification and the skill to actually be a proper teacher in any level.
Sure.
And I just chose to be a sub.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when one of the students saw me drive a Mustang. They're like, how did you afford that?
Yeah.
Because, typically the subs are people who just don't have nothing.
They ride a bicycle.
Their house. Yeah. Just chilling. Like,
They're comedians.
Right. I have the like I was pretty good in school. I could actually teach the hardest class in high school.
Sure.
And be cool, but I don't want to be serious with it, so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just leave me alone. I ain't trying to do nothing. I just want to show up, sit down, tell the kids to shut the fuck up, and get paid.
Yeah,
right. I don't want no benefits, no insurance.
Nothing
I don't want none of those.
Nothing.
I just want to chill.
I'm a professor at Trump University.
Yeah, just go here. And when my comedy career blows up, or Antonio Barbosa puts me on his podcast, then I'll quit this job or just not show up anymore.
That's right.
Because pretty much as a sub, all you have to do is not pick up the call.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Like, that's what interesting is. Oh, is that a word? Interestingness. That's one of the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
As a sub is like, they could call you today and say, hey, they'll call you at 7 a.m. Like, can you come in and sub? And all you have to do is pick up the call or not pick up the call.
Yeah.
And that's it.
If
you don't pick up the call, somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah.
And you could do that for as long as you want. And another day, like maybe 6 months later, they call you and they're like, hey, you still subbing? And you're like, yeah, I'm available today. And they're like, okay, come in. They can't fire you. Like, they can even call
You're
you.
like freelance.
Yeah,
they
just
call you
freestyle
whenever.
it. They call you whenever, and you choose to work whenever.
Yeah.
You know how free that is.
It's like Uber Eats.
Yes, for school.
Yeah, Uber teacher, Uber sub.
There's no consequence, dude. Like, you don't have to say, "Hey, I can't come into work tomorrow." You just don't pick up the call.
You just don't go,
dude. And they could call you, and you could actually. There's been times where they'll call me at 7. And I'll say, all right, I'm coming. And then I'll nap. And nigga, I woke up at 10.
Yeah.
And it still showed up. And I was like, my bad. I just slept. And they're like, all right, come. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you anyway. Well,
and I still got paid.
Nobody wants to be a teacher. That's why. Most people don't. Dude, like a full-time teacher.
The first day I started my job as a teacher, I was like, who cursed me?
Yeah.
And then I remember when I was in high school, I was a menace.
Yeah. Those
to
kids
my
are talking
teachers.
shit back to you now.
Oh, I was a menace to my teachers, bro.
Yeah.
And one of the teachers was like, don't worry, you're going to see, you're going to go through what I'm going through. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to be successful. I have A's. I'm the best student in the school.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm never going to go through what you're going through. And then the first day I was a teacher, I'm like, this woman cursed me. I know exactly where this curse is coming. When you get a shot and you like, I know who shot me.
Yeah.
Even though it was a straight bullet.
Sure.
And you like, I know exactly where this shot came from.
Yeah.
Even though you don't see the person visibly. I'm like, this came all the way from Lagos, Nigeria.
All the way. Yeah.
From Almizan College in high school.
Across the pond.
Yeah,
all the way.
know where this one came from. This curse came from Mrs. Omokonyi. Like, I know exactly what cursed me. But yeah, man.
That shit's hard. Just, imagine, we've all been to school. You remember going there. You didn't want to be there. You didn't want to learn whatever the fuck they were teaching. Not usually. Some stuff was interesting.
I just talk shit. I actually learned a lot. I really wanted to learn. I was one of those kids that make sure I got all A's. My mom would kill me if I don't.
Right.
But like, I really did love to learn. I just loved to
fuck around too.
Because I'm a comic. I was a natural born comic, bro. I didn't even, this is when I was like, this are the spectrums of things that I was like, I'm probably gay. Like comedy wise, right? I'm probably a comic, but I didn't know what this is. I just enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
And then when the time came, I was like, that was the comedy club moment.
Yes.
Like, this is why I'm like this.
Yeah.
So I'm so problematic because this is my life. But like, yeah, man. So what basically is causing me to probably move back to Baltimore is, the place I stayed, my loft, was basically being subletted to me by a friend who lives in Florida, and her lease expires at the month of May, right? And she was like, do I want to transfer it to the landlord? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll keep it. But the thing is, after the 6 months of rent that I had saved finished, there have been months whereby I would go, maybe I wouldn't pay the rent on time until like the 15th, where I would just gather scraps and eventually put it together and pay on the 15th. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because I'm cool with a person who I'm subletting from.
Yeah.
She would still pay the rent on time to the landlord, but I would just pay her back. But now I'm So I mean, I'm basically renting directly from the landlord. I don't know this nigga. And then this dude is asking me for me to sign a lease. I have to have a month and a half rent ready. I'm like, dude, I don't even have a month rent ready right now. You want a
2
month
weeks?
and a half?
2 weeks worth of rent. I don't even have.
All right, bro, I don't have $500 to give you right now.
Right.
What? So I'm like, and first week of May, I was depressed. I was in the house just sleeping 5 days a week, just like think. If I couldn't think, I just like I don't get depressed, so I sleep. That's what I would sleep forever. I could sit here and
Sleep
choose
it
to
off.
sleep. Like
Yeah.
I just hide my feelings because I don't drink, I don't smoke, so
Yeah.
I hide my feelings and sleep. Right. So I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what, dude, I could just go back to Baltimore. Like I'm pretty big back home. Like I have the credit of the Apollo. I did the Apollo. I can count on two fingers how many people performed at the Apollo in the DMV area. It's probably me and like two more people.
Yeah.
So like I'm big. I'm featuring headlining back home. I could go back home, and plus I've been in New York for a year performing Gotham, New York Comedy Club, Stand, all of these clubs, Rodney's, whatever, you name it. I have so many credits here. I could go back home and work out and just be cooking. And I already made friends here. I have a connect here. And I can always come back
Yeah.
and like do spots here and there and still go back home. Like I'm no longer like new to the city like I was a year ago when I first moved here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I could do that. That's kind of like the conviction of me, like, okay, since I can't really figure out a way to make money to stay here, I can just go back home and just keep dropping in here and there.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I feel like I'm just finally finding my foot in here.
Yes. Yeah. You're kind of torn between like
I'm
sticking
like,
it out. And
dude, I'm actually just building an empire slowly. Like the Tiny Cupboard trusts me right now. I'm killing it with my mic every Friday.
Yeah.
I'm also like producing shows, like African shows in African restaurants, whereby they have the potential to really blow up. Not just one show. I'm working on multiple shows in very nice locations where I could bring comics in. I could also start my own thing, build my own clientele, build my own fan base out of the African thing, right?
I think we good.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like I'm beginning to now find my own empire out here, build my own next out here in the New York, New Jersey area. But
is it worth the struggle?
Is it worth the struggle? Like I could go back home and do what I'm doing and then hustle, live with my parents, and then finally like get a job. Like what I think I did wrong moving to New York was I did not get a job coming into a new city. Like if I just used my degree and found a job in New York, I would be balling.
I feel like you could do that now because you took a year off.
It's gonna take a while. It's not easy to get a job.
Oh yeah. I know that.
Yeah, so like you could have a perfect degree, perfect resume. People are not just hiring like that anymore.
Yeah,
it's gonna take at least 6 months to a year to find a good job again. So it's like it's too late now. So like instead of quitting at that time when I was planning to come to New York, while I was saving those rent money, I could also I've been applying to jobs here. So when I transfer here, I'm gonna have 6 month rent plus job. And I could just discover comedy at my own pace.
Yes.
But instead, I came here, no job, just rent, and just applied all the fucking pressure to comedy. And New York apparently is clout-based.
Big time.
I was like, I did the Apollo. They're like, okay, so show us your TV credit and 2 comic reference. And I'm like, I said Apollo. They're like, okay, nigga, I know 20 people who've done it. What's up?
Yeah. Right.
I'm like,
here it's like, okay, what else can you do?
They're like, Mike, we got a mic in the blue room.
Yeah, exactly. We got an open slot if you want to host a mic.
But like, so it's like, now I'm like, okay, I could go back home and apply for jobs in LA.
And that'll be the next big move.
And that will be the next big move. And I'll go play around there and just connect like I did here.
Sure.
Build my own little thing over there to find a lot of friends and then be touring in between LA, New York, and Baltimore, DC, Virginia area you know, and keep doing my comedy thing, keep writing, keep getting more time.
Yeah.
And eventually maybe something will give. Maybe my Instagram is gonna pick, or my social media is gonna pick, and then I could transfer that into the clubs here.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe something is gonna just be bigger, you know, and I might start touring. Who knows? So I've thought about that, but then I'm like, but I could stay here and thug it out and get into these clubs and get seen and get agents. Nah, this shit suck. I'm going home.
Well, yeah, you're thinking
I'm thinking about it live right now because, dude, I've seen people being here for 11 years.
Yeah.
Comics in New York, 11 years.
Yeah, you got to.
They have nothing to show for it.
Totally.
It's you know,
but that's anywhere.
No,
you know,
no. But like, you know, everybody moved to New York. I know people who've moved to New York really worked their ass out.
Yeah.
11 years into it, they have nothing to show for it, and they're not funny people.
Sure.
You know, but because their Instagram is just not picking up, or like somebody just don't find them funny.
Well, there's too many people in the. It's too
also
saturated. New York's oversaturated like a motherfucker with everything.
Yeah, or somebody did
stand-up.
not put them on Wildin' Out, or somebody did not, you know, just vouch for them.
Yeah.
Or a club owner just don't like their style, and you know, or they just don't want to suck dick.
Sure.
And
that's tough if you don't want to do that.
Yeah. And no, all jokes apart, you know, and they don't want to do any of that, and they're just gonna be funny as fuck, but be just another one.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I go to open mics every time here, and like a huge percentage of those people are special.
Totally. People are really good.
Special.
Yeah.
And they're just nuisances in those mics. I would, you know, call names, you know, even in our mics.
Yeah.
Like people like Bobby Sheehan.
Yeah.
Like what that dude does with the spreadsheets is fire.
Yeah. He's funny
like,
as fuck.
Andy Mango, nigga.
You love that? Andy Mango? He's coming on next week.
Yeah, bro. Stoosh is crazy.
Stoosh is funny. Hell yeah.
People think it's wild, but
Yeah.
bro, that's Jim Carrey right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah, it's
fucking
fun.
Jim Carrey. Bro, I love Stoosh's material. There's people like Mohammed Shaheen who has like his one-liners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's people like Antonio Barbosa. I don't even laugh at your jokes. But
Yeah, no,
I'm calling names. So I gotta
just
shout
talk
you out.
nonsense when I go
You
up
know,
there.
but like, dude,
I got nothing good.
No, you're funny. I wouldn't be here if I don't fuck with you. But you know, there's people who are really nice like that,
Yeah.
and you know, they're just another itty bitty nuisance who's paying $2 to show their talent.
Yeah.
Or $5. Or free and do 3 minutes. What am I supposed to do with 3 minutes, dude? I can't even introduce myself in 3 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, I look at it, man, and I'm like, it's not worth it. Most of these people left their whole family, people, loved ones, just to come and thug it out in this mics and be sad, man.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like the reason why I feel like I should stick it out is because I know I got what it takes to make it.
Totally.
Like, I know I'm talented. But the other part is like, there's a lot of talented motherfuckers in New York not getting opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like Godfrey said this shit in, you know, Club Shay Shit's podcast. It was like there's a lot of talented people who are just living it day by day, gig by gig. We're still not getting the clout that they deserve. You know, whereas there's pretty girls who are just a little pretty, maybe witty a little bit.
Yeah.
Will pass out all the clubs in you know, in town. Been doing it 2 years.
For sure.
You know, there's, you know, people who just got like followers of dancing of TikTok, and now they're passed out all the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
You know, or there's people who come off for, you know, reality TV show, probably not hit a mic 6 months, passed out all the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a dude who runs a comedy club in another city who has had all these headliners do weekends in the city and has put money in all their pockets, and he will come into the city and get all the spots that we've been here for a year waiting on.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, And honestly, even the agents are not really looking for comics with talent anymore. They're just looking for people who can sell tickets now.
Who sells tickets? Yeah, for sure. Well, one thing that's encouraging is that, yeah, although you are right about that, talent is always paramount. Like when you look at the best comics or the best at anything, yeah, there's people who have gimmicks. There's people who maybe they're pretty or they attract a certain group of people.
Yeah.
But the most talented ones are always going to be the cream that fucking rises, I would say.
Everybody say that shit, bro.
You don't think so?
Everybody keeps saying the cream will rise, the cream will rise. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I don't give a fuck, bro. The cream will rise. It's
He was pretty talented. He was better than
Nah,
anybody.
I'm just the cream. When I'm hearing cream, I'm hearing Kareem. That's why I'm just-
yeah.
You know, but like, when, bro?
That's
Have
the
you
game,
been to
bro.
the cellar?
That's the game.
Have you been to the cellar?
No, I haven't actually. Oddly enough,
no,
I've been here a
obviously-
year. I have never been.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know the amount of talented comedians on the lineup that we don't know.
Totally. Yeah. But the best ones on that lineup are, oddly enough, the most talented ones, not the ones that sell the most tickets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like Dave Attell.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we're judging it
It
by
should-
talent,
Yeah.
Attell should be richer than Kevin Hart.
Totally.
Not saying Kevin is not. I mentioned is one of the reasons why I love comedy.
Yeah.
But like the only reason why I was in love with Kevin is because that's who they put on the screen for me.
Yeah. Totally. You got picked.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like the amount of talent in New York alone not even getting looked at is crazy.
Yeah. Well, there's so much, and you can't.
You gotta hope.
You gotta hope. Yeah, that's part of it.
I can't do that for
That's
10
part of it.
years, bro.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
You know, I give myself a time limit.
Do you? 10 years?
If I can't feed myself in year 10, I'll go to med school.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's a good backup plan.
fortunately for me,
Yeah.
my career picked up pretty early. You know, got Apollo 2 years and a half, 2 years into comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. That's a good sign.
It is a good
You
sign.
know, I had a lot of shit happen pretty quickly for me in my comedy career. Third months into comedy, I did a competition with like 25 Americans. I was the only African, and I came third. 3 months into comedy, so like, I know something is there for me.
Yeah.
But like, if I fuck around and stay too long, and like I just fall into the same trap all the other comics fall into, I might not make it to the other side.
Sure.
So,
Well, I think the most important thing is to just focus on what you can control. And that's your output. That's how much you do it. That's how much time you're putting into it, which obviously you put a lot of it in. You can't, in anything that anybody does, I feel like you can't judge how you're going to do based on what other people are doing. Yeah, there's people that are here for 10 or 11 years. That's their situation. And obviously you got to be cognizant of the fact that it could be you as well. You got to think in the back of your mind that this might not work and I might have to go back to school. But it shouldn't be something that dictates your pace, if that makes sense. It shouldn't be something that dictates how much you're doing and how much time you're willing to put into something.
but
you know?
those people was being 10, 11 years, and nothing is given for them, and they're talented. Are you saying they didn't put in enough work?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it just didn't work out for them, but it could have. In the meantime, just keep getting better. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're really, really good and it didn't work, but imagine, I mean, it did, you know? You're really, really good and it works.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing though. The delusion is fun.
You got to be. That's
But,
what we
like,
started with.
you know-
You got to be a fool.
You know, the delusion is fun, but like it gets to a point in life where it's just like you becoming a criminal with this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You coming in crimes just to stay alive in a career that you're not sure if it's gonna play out or not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not committing anything but jumping turnstiles, which I hope one day I'm gonna make enough money and just call the New York government and say, hey,
Yeah.
pull up all my videos.
Yeah.
How many times can you catch me? I'll pay you 2 times
Yeah.
the amount of turnstiles I've jumped. But like, because I'm like, I can't afford it, bro.
At 290.
And,
It's a motherfucker.
dude, I need to feed myself.
Yeah.
I'm in between feed yourself or pay for a turnstile. I'm feeding myself. Sorry, kiss my ass. I'm not gonna be one of those homeless niggas. I'd rather go back home.
So living in a van and doing stand up.
No,
you ain't never
I'm
gonna
not.
do that.
I'm African, bro.
You ain't never gonna do that.
We don't have the ability to be bums.
Sure.
It's not. That's white people shit to us.
White people shit.
That's American shit to us. That's bum,
It's
bro.
American. Well, you always hear the joke of like African people
you
making
see
fun of
you
black
see how
people.
You see how nicely I'm dressed right now, and I'm still the bum of my family, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking pretty decent for an average human being.
Yeah.
But in my family, I'm the bum.
Okay.
You know how crazy that is?
Sure.
You see how high the standard is in the family?
Yeah.
You think I could go lower and live in a car? Nah.
Nah.
I mean, it would be a nice living situation. Living in a Mustang, nobody's gonna know.
Living
But
in a
fuck
Mustang.
no, hell no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Mustang's kind of tight. You don't think? You
I
would get rid of the
know, but
Mustang.
like-
Get a nice van with a bed in the back.
No, I listen, I'm not doing it. If you pick a girl up in a Mustang and all your shit is in the trunk,
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
You could pass it off.
yeah, they will not know you live in that joint.
Sure.
But if you pulled up in a van,
Yeah. With the bed in the back.
oh yeah, she knows. She knows there is no future. Even though I have a friend who's finally beginning to make it. Shout out Trish Smart. Trish Smart. She was on Kill Tony recently.
Okay.
Met her in Baltimore. Very funny chick. Very nice person. She started living in a van 7 years ago.
Damn.
Single lady, white girl. Like I said, white people shit.
Yeah.
But she thugged it out. She kept pushing her shit, sell merch. She would paint herself on the toilet and sell it as merch. And eventually she made it on Kill Tony like earlier this year. And her followers is growing like this.
Yeah.
She's getting a lot of gigs now. Bro, there's been times that our car would die on the highway to another state like a van. And she would just cry and she would just rent a car and slip in a motel and they would fix the car and she would just keep going. She would stop by New York. I would try to link with her before I know she's out again to another state. And finally, shit is finally picking up for her. She had that Kill Tony debut. Video went viral. Brooke Kreischer just followed her yesterday. She might go on tour with Bert. And you know, Bert does it big.
Yeah.
You know, if you're rolling with Bert, you're going to meet big dogs. And it's only a matter of time before someone recognizes your talent and give you a spot.
Sure.
You know, so, but like...
That's why I say in the
7
meantime,
years, nigga,
just
I'm
get
not
better.
doing that. I can get better without... Bro, I wrote my best material.
Right.
Let me tell you something funny.
I'm not saying you have to do it
Man,
that way.
let me tell you something funny. And my mentor told me this. It's like, I noticed this about a lot of American comedians. They like to struggle for no reason.
Yeah.
And think that would help them. My mentor used to say, you don't have to suffer to be successful in life. You could live a normal life and it still be successful. My mentor said, no, sorry. That's what my mentor said. You could live a normal life. When I first started comedy, right, first 4 months, right, during pandemic, I was getting checked from a spot I used to work on campus, right, and while I was working, how much time we got? So,
Oh, we're good. We got, as long as you want.
okay,
15 minutes, whatever you want.
Oh, we're running that.
No, we've been going over an hour. We've been going like an hour 15, something like
Sheesh.
that. Yeah.
Damn,
Hell
I
yeah.
wish we were able to get more into this, but anyways,
More.
yeah.
Well, it's 7:35, so we got till 8.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah,
now.
we got time.
Yeah, I talk a lot. I enjoy talking. That's why. But like, dude, when I first started comedy, right, I was getting some sort of money, kind of like how I moved to New York, right, and I was working, and my contract expired in 6 months from when I started comedy.
Okay.
And they were paying me because the pandemic, when we couldn't go out to work anymore, my job still kept paying me because they already assigned a contract, a budget on my name, so they were paying me regardless. Even if I came into
You're getting
work.
checks in the mail.
I was getting checks in the mail.
Yeah.
So when I first started doing comedy, I was doing good. I was traveling everywhere.
Yeah.
just to do 5 minutes. I was having fun. And then when those checks stopped coming, I started bombing.
You started thinking about it.
Yeah, I started bombing. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Shit begins to suck. What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm
Thinking
not
about being
funny
broke.
anymore, bro. I'm not standing on stage. I only have 5 minutes, nigga. I'm using the stool.
Yeah.
I get on stage and I'm like,
Yeah.
how we doing?
Yeah.
5 minutes, dude. You can't stand for 5? And I got a job and I started killing again.
Yeah.
And that was when I realized, nigga, I was just broke.
Yeah.
When I don't have money, I'm not funny. When I'm low on cash, my joke writing skills becomes trash. You know,
Yeah.
like that was what I realized. So if I start living in a van, yeah, you would not recognize me anymore. My material would be horrible.
But what about this? All right, you're living in a van, but your bills are way lower. So by default, you're gonna have more money, right? You ain't
love
paying no rent.
comfort. I was raised with 2 loving parents in a
Yeah.
big ass compound.
Yeah.
Where I had food 3 days a week. I mean,
3 days a week.
Sorry, 3
You're like,
times
it was
a day.
great. 3 days a week. That's all we needed.
3 times a day. I had 3 square meals. I had clothes on my back.
Yeah.
My school fees was paid fully. I never was kicked out of school I went to a private school. Life was pretty good.
Yeah, you did good.
I grew up
That sounds nice.
being middle class, pretty privileged as an African kid. You know, so like, and I could be broke. I could have $50 in my account. I'll still order a steak, nigga.
Oh yeah. I'm the same way. I don't
I'm
give a
used
fuck.
to a good life.
Yeah, I feel you.
Anything beyond a decent life hurts me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask me to take a shower, I wash my arm, wash my feet, and wash my face, and water don't touch my back or my chest, I'm not going to have a good day. I need a proper shower, head to toe.
Side note, you hear about white people not washing the bottom half?
I ain't even trying to
I
talk
don't
about-
subscribe to that. I wash my shit.
You're not white, nigga. I only got 30 minutes, so I don't even want to delve into white people problems now. But like, dude, yeah, so I know myself, man. Anything beyond decent lifestyle,
Yeah.
I can't survive on it.
No, I feel you.
You know, I would, as long as I could sleep and avoid my problems and I could eat,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for too much, dude. As long as I could pay to survive, as long as I could pay to live life and then go chase my dreams, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm not asking to. I learned something in New York, moving to New York. This is the first year ever where I never did shopping for a whole year. I used to I was the guy that I had the clothing apps on my phone where I would just buy sneakers, and at least every 2 weeks I had a sneaker or a new clothes in the mail coming. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lifestyle. I was a big fashionista and a sneakerhead, you know, coming up. And I started comedy. I didn't have a job anymore. And I wore the same rotation for a year, and I didn't look shabby. And I'm like, oh, I didn't need to shop that much.
Yeah.
I realized a bunch of stuff that I didn't really need. Like, now I know stuff that I need in my fridge and stuff that I don't really need.
Right.
You know, like if I go grocery shopping right now, there's a bunch of stuff I leave out. Before I had to get everything on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know, so like I could leave it within reason. Like, I don't ask for too much. As long as I could eat, maintain my protein balance and not start getting skinny.
Right.
And, you know, I could buy stuff here and there. And then
You want to live a little,
just a
live
little bit, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
If I go out with my woman, let me be able to at least pay for the fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
You know, as long as I could do little decent things like that, like,
Yeah.
I'm good for the main time. For at least 10 years before I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
We need to take a flight to Ibiza. You know,
Yeah.
we got to go to Fiji.
You got to do something.
We
Get on
got
a
to do
vacation.
more. I got to
Yeah.
buy her a diamond ring type shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, none of this. Yeah, you hear me. It's you know, so like we don't.
Well, people love they romanticize the idea of a starving artist.
Hell
a
no.
motherfucker that's like,
Yeah, my mentor told me day one, don't be
Yeah.
a star. Don't enjoy that shit. Is
don't
trash.
do that shit.
There's
Yeah.
nothing there, bro.
Yeah.
You could be a normal person, living a normal life,
Yeah.
and still make it.
Yeah.
Robert
Totally.
Barbosa wasn't really a starving artist.
Yeah.
Your
totally.
cousin,
My
I don't know
cousin.
why you're broke. You have the same last name. You could throw that shit into comedy clubs outside New York and say,
Yeah, right.
Antonio Barbosa, Ralph Barbosa's brother from New York,
That's a good idea.
is coming into
not
town.
bad.
Nobody's gonna
I'll
check,
pretend
bro.
I'm Mexican or whatever he is.
Nigga,
Yeah.
I mean, Ralph
I'm close
Barbosa
enough.
does not even do Mexican material.
Yeah.
He does basic American shit.
Sure. Totally.
So, like, dude, just go out there. Nobody checking, bro. Go to Bananas Comedy Club, whatever. And
Yeah.
just go to a random comedy club and do a weekend, bro.
Yeah.
Just get bread.
Well, see, what you have is something that a lot of other comics don't have. A lot
What?
of comics, most of them are lazy, and you have like the business idea side of it,
It's called show biz, bro.
ideas, which helps. It helps you. It helps
show
anybody.
business, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so people gotta remember one thing I learned early in comedy is nobody's gonna feed you, bro.
Yeah,
Even when those people pick you, they're not gonna keep bringing food to your table.
right,
They're just gonna give you opportunities to start getting stuff for yourself.
right.
They buy you a boat. They're not gonna teach you how to throw a net.
Mm.
You're gonna keep throwing a net to keep pitching them more TV shows.
You gotta keep
more
going.
specials.
Yeah.
More ideas to produce more stuff.
Yeah.
So like, nobody's gonna feed you in comedy, bro. Nobody's gonna feed you in comedy. You're gonna have to feed yourself. That's why when I speak to comics in Tiny Cupboard, they're like, "Hey, Quadir, how do I get gigs?" Start from asking people for guest spots. I don't care if you start doing comedy a month, start getting gigs immediately. Start asking people for guest spots. Hey, can I get 5 minutes on your show? I don't care about paying. You're not gonna get paid for the first 4 years at least, or if you're lucky, first year you start getting paid. But like, you got to feed yourself. You got to start producing your own shows. You got to start running your own, social media platforms. You got to start
Collaborating with other comics.
collaborating.
Yeah.
Start helping people out.
Yeah.
Start barking if you have to. Start doing something.
It's so funny when people or comics at this level say they won't bark. Like, okay, what do you got going on? That
Low-key,
that
I
puts you
used to-
above barking.
I used to be one of those comics too. I used to feel like I'm not gonna bark. But yeah, it's just not my style. I will if somebody told me to bark now. Like I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But when I have to, first of all, nah, because I have done it in the past. I think I
Yeah.
paid my dues. I worked door. I worked door early in comedy. I worked door. I barked. I did everything. I shared flyers.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though like if you're in a new city, you're new again, all over again. So sometimes you gotta pay your dues. But I feel like I also learned that if you stoop to the bar, position, some people are just gonna look at you like that forever.
Right.
They're
That's
gonna
true
just,
too.
You're just a barker, except you blew up automatically and got an SNL the following week. Like what's our boy's name? Did was this Cuban dude on SNL?
I'm not sure. Who would that be?
Um,
Cuban guy.
Marcelo Hernandez.
Okay.
He used to bark at the Grizzly Pear,
Okay.
and then he got picked for SNL the following week, and
Wow.
now he has millions of followers.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
Marcelo was a barker at Grizzly Pear, and
Yeah.
he was nothing more than a barker until he got on SNL.
Oh, I know that kid.
That's. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
He
yeah.
did
yeah.
the.
He-
What's
he
that one
did
that him and
JFL. He has a bit that
Colin
went
Quinn? They
viral.
do the not Colin Quinn, Colin Yost. They do like that.
Colin
improv.
Jost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did the Saturday. He did the weekend updates.
Weekend
update.
update.
Segment.
Yeah.
He
It's all
has
like
a bit
improv.
on GFL where he goes, I know I look white. I know I look like I tell my mom to shut the fuck up, and that went viral. Yeah, but so
There's another thing that you bring a point to is also at the beginning of this game or throughout the game is figuring out what you're not going to do anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do bringers anymore. I'm not going to bark for your for yourself. I'm not going to whatever. There's parts that you got to be like, I'm not going to do this shit.
yeah,
Everybody
got to find. I was listening to Seinfeld speak to Neil Brennan like 3 days ago. And by the way, I think the next generation of news is gonna be podcast. Did your parent listen to news growing up? Like your dad used to like wake up 7 a.m. in the morning just watching the news in the living room.
My grandmother would. Yeah.
I'm catching myself becoming a podcast person.
You pull up the podcast.
Yeah, I woke up today around like 5 a.m. and I got the laptop open and I'm watching Club Shay Shay with Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Just like into it. Right. And it's like, and I'm like, yo, my kids are going to be seeing me watching podcasts in the future.
Early in the morning.
And I'm going to be like, hey, come watch this, man. This is shit. Man,
He used to be a
Williams
football
go-
player.
And then my kid is like, I just want to watch Cartoon Network. Leave
Yeah,
me
yeah.
alone. Because my dad was big into the news. But anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about things we were not. I was listening to Seinfeld talk to Neil Brennan. And he said, comedy, becoming a stand-up comedian fully, is not building up. It's removing things.
Yes.
It's carving. It's
Yeah.
sculpture. You know, sculpture your whole mold of a rock, right? You haven't basically developed into the shape that you want to be, your ultimate shape. So to become the ultimate shaping as a comedian, you're going to have to cut a bunch of shit off yourself.
Yeah.
And then like when we're writing a good set, what did we do first? We cut out the fats.
Yes.
Right. So it's not building up. My whole life, I've always thought about comedy as molding something. Whole time is sculpting something. It's taking some stuff away.
Yeah.
Don't get mad on stage anymore. Maybe don't cuss too much. Maybe smile a little bit more.
If you're going to fuck with the audience, get them on
Yeah.
your side first.
Yeah.
Don't go out there and just say, fuck you guys.
You know, don't
Everybody makes that
Don't
mistake.
say I think Spider-Man is gay off the rip. Like, even no matter
That is
how
a fun
many,
bit. I like that one.
no matter how much tags you have on the bit,
Yeah.
it would never work if they don't think you're not an asshole off the
Right.
rip.
Right.
You know, I did it. I had a set when I was in DC where I had 3 minutes, and I did that bit. It was 3 minutes long. I didn't get 2 laughs. The only person who laughed was an autistic guy in the crowd,
Yeah.
and that was it.
That was it.
And you know how funny that bit is.
Yeah. No, I like
But
that.
by itself, it would not. I should do it on here. Let's see
gotta-
if it go viral. let's put my shades on.
Yeah.
Let's do something where you say, "Hey, Quadir, tell us one. What's it called? One thing. One. Tell us. What's the word where people not pretty much.
This bit's going really good.
Yeah. No. I'm saying. I want you guys. I'm trying to make this shit up.
Okay.
You need me to throw
out.
it to you? Is-
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
we're
ask
gonna
me a
ask you
question
something.
where, like, what's something you think that people might not think, something like that. Like, what would you?
What's your hot take of the day?
Oh, okay. There we go. All right, y'all gonna ask?
That was it.
That was it.
What's
Nah,
your
do it
hot
again.
take of the day?
Mr. Quadir, sir, what's your hot take of the day?
I think Spider-Man is gay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about it.
I always thought the same.
What kind of real nigga goes around the city just shooting webs doing this shit?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you don't see that shit? Like
Sure.
a ballerina?
Yeah.
Like, that shit is gay, bro. Like, have you ever seen Spider-Man climbing off the walls?
Yeah.
That dude be double cheeked up for no reason.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, bro, like, when he lands, it doesn't land on his fist. It lands on his fingertips. Like, that. Like, gay, bro.
Gay.
Gay. I bet that dude wears a mask.
Yes.
Because he be having his tongue out when he's swinging, like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, bro, like, Hellboy swings, but he has his lips cut out.
That's
because
right.
he don't be saying yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know Hellboy's a real nigga? That dude fucked She-Hulk.
That's true.
You know how gangster of a guy you gotta be to see a woman who's green with big ass muscles and go, I'll hit.
Yeah.
Hellboy a real nigga.
That's true.
Spider-Man is gay, man.
Spider-Man's a bitch.
What are you talking about?
He's a Broadway actor, Spider-Man.
What'd you say?
He's a Broadway actor, Spider-Man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
By the way, people thinking, Black Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Miles Morales is a Spanish name.
Yeah.
Black Spider-Man existed this whole time. We just didn't know it was.
Sure.
Lil Nas X.
He's black. Black
That's
Spider-Man.
who Spider.
Sure.
Put a mask on that nigga's face and put the suit on
Put
him.
the suit on.
Black Spider-Man. Did you see that dude slide down the pole down to the devil?
Yeah,
It did not break a bone, bro.
Yeah.
That's Spider-Man moves.
That's probably Spider-Man.
This dude had 100 copies of sneakers with blood in them. Where did he get blood from? Beating up bad guys at night.
And fucking
Getting blood
Yeah.
from each bad guy and putting them in the shoes.
Yeah.
Bro. Spider-Man is gay.
Spider-Man, Lil Nas
Your
X.
third eye.
Yeah. Open
No,
that.
third eye. It's dumb. Yo.
That's great.
But yeah, just doing that off the bat, and people not knowing that you actually don't mean that shit
Right.
can go wrong.
You got to endear yourself to them first.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that you gotta remove from yourself as a comic first before you become your true self as a comic. What's some things you've had to do, or some things you're working on as a comic by yourself, trying to remove to become a better comic?
It's mostly in the bit, like in the writing portion. That's what I'm finding now. Because I'll write a lot, go up there and say the whole thing, and then I'll do what you do and take, or what you should do, I guess, take pieces out.
Yeah,
For sure. Because I'll run wild with tags. Like if there's something that I just keep squeezing juice out of.
yeah,
Like I'll sit there and write an essay.
right.
It won't even be funny. And I'll just keep going, and then this, and then what about that? And, then I'll go back and pull the shit out of that,
Of course.
One thing I would always do that I alluded to a few minutes ago was I would, if I was doing a mic that was real late, like when I would do mics in Rhode Island, sometimes it would be an audience. And there'd be people there super late, 11 at night on a Thursday or something. I would go up there and I would be like, what the fuck are you guys doing so late out here on a Thursday night? You guys don't have jobs. You guys don't have nothing. So I would go out there and start with that. And then immediately they would just
You lose the crowd
turn their
because
back.
I feel like one mistake that most of the young comics do in the beginning is we watch people like Akash Singh and Troy Bond on TikTok roast people and think that's what they do off the bat.
Yeah.
No, they won the crowd already.
Exactly.
Before they start roasting people.
Right. Or
But-
people know them already.
Already.
Yeah.
They won.
Yeah.
Those people already.
Yeah.
Before the people will go to an Akash Singh show wearing a shirt saying roast me.
Yeah.
They want that to happen. It's consensual. You are nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody
We're in a
knows
pizza shop.
you, bro. Nobody knows you, and you're at a cupboard
Yeah.
with like 5 people. Maybe one nice person who really wants to see funny stuff, and now you're telling them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna get a laugh out of that person.
Yeah.
But are you a comic, by the way?
I'm not. No.
What made you join this? What do you do?
I'm like a videographer and photographer, editor, and stuff like that. So he brought me on to help with the tech end of the show.
Do you want a show that's gonna blow up?
Sure.
We'll talk after this.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to.
He said blow up because he's Muslim. That's what he's referring to.
Hey, cancel this guy.
Hey.
Cancel this guy.
Hey,
Nah.
I've endeared myself. This is 311 episodes. They fucking know who I am.
I'm in
already.
subscribers 15. Where does
Yeah.
this air?
Yeah,
Twitch.
16.
I'm unsubscribing. I'm gonna subscribe tonight and unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe just to fuck with me.
Just to piss you off.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
Yes,
you guys-
32.
Did you guys see what Chris Brown did to Quavo recently?
No.
So they've been beefing back and forth, right?
Okay.
And Quavo had an arena show recently, and Chris Brown pulled the 50 Cent on him, bought all the tickets, and left like 100 people in the
That's
arena.
fucking awesome.
And Quavo pulled up, and it was 100 people in the empty arena. That shit is hilarious.
That's wild. Since you're talking about that, I mean, Not Like Us, debuted at number 1. I don't think there's been a diss track that's ever hit even close to
You know how sad, what pissed you will be if you've been the rapper with the highest stream in a week, for years with that record, and the person who breaks the record does it with your diss track.
Also, who never shows his face, who's rarely around, just came back to shit on you.
Kendrick actually broke Drake's longest streak of highest streaming record in a week.
Yeah.
It broke that record with a diss track to Drake.
Yeah. That's the king. You like talking shit. That guy might be one of the best ever.
Nah, bro.
Across the board?
Nah, I don't think he has it in him. Take the pens off and let's do a roast battle right now. He's gonna take an L for sure.
Yeah. Well, against who? Not against Drake.
I don't think Drake took an L like that, by the way, bro. Some of this shit be fake.
Well, it's hearsay. Yeah, of course, it's hearsay. We don't know that he's a pedophile. We just
he doesn't have a daughter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm with Drizzy. I don't care. Y'all can
Really?
beat my ass. I'm with Drizzy Drake, bro. It was probably a minor. That shit is whack, bro.
But it's fire though.
Please.
You're gonna be dancing to it in the car.
OVO.
Yeah.
Please, that shit is whack.
You fuck with it. I know
Nah,
you fuck with it.
I like Drake's shit better.
Yeah.
I like Drake's shit better.
Okay. Even
And
the
I'm
disses? You like the disses better?
What'd you say?
Whose disses were better?
They were pretty both good, but
Yeah.
I'm with Drake on this one.
Okay.
Bro.
All right.
I don't see
Fine.
why you will pull on like the moment it start breaking the rules of comedy
Yeah.
when you start putting false information into a joke to make it better. I don't fuck with it no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as you like, you know, let's say he's stuck to the truth and he kept hitting him straight facts with the truth.
Facts, yeah.
I would respect it more. But him bringing hearsay into it, it's like,
Yeah.
you know who I respect when it comes to disses? 50 Cent.
Sure.
That dude stands on
Because he
business.
stands on it. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
It would. Oh my god.
I watched a video the other day of
50 is a menace.
him and G Unit beating the fuck out of Gunplay, taking his MMG chain and then wearing it the next day.
I didn't even see that.
Like wearing it. They shot like a video in like a bowling alley and 50 Cent's got it on. It's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even
He's
see all of
OG.
that. Did you guys see Kevin Hart's what's it called, Mark Twain Prize? Him
I
receiving
didn't.
the
I heard it was good though.
It was dope. It was
Yeah.
definitely dope.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon played a prank on him on the video whereby they were doing an announcement. You know, people, each guest will come up and speak. And Nick Cannon said, it was at the backstage, and it was like, ladies and gentlemen, for the next guest, you've seen him on Coming to America. He's recorded a lot of multiple specials. He's actually the GOAT. Ladies and gentlemen, he's coming in to surprise Kevin Hart for his Mark Twain Award. Please give it up for Eddie Murphy. And everybody stood up, "What?" And he came out like, y'all sit your ass down. Eddie Murphy not coming out here for this nigga. And then he goes, but I'm just joking. You know, Eddie would have loved to be here, but he is actually in Atlanta filming a movie right now, so he can't make it. But he sent somebody else to speak on his behalf. She is a multiple Emmy Award winning actress. She is the Queen Mother on Black Panther 1 and Black Panther 2. Give it up for Angela Bassett. Everybody went, woo! It's like, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Kevin don't even know Angela Bassett. I was like, how does Mark Twain a word?
Right.
And
The
they've
biggest-
been going back and forth with the pranks for themselves. Like, they've been like,
Messing with each other.
yeah, they've been messing with each other. Apparently, Nick sent Kevin a llama on his birthday. and then Kevin responded by posting Nick's number on many billboards in America saying, if you need father advice, call my best friend Nick Cannon.
Holy fuck.
So they've
That's
been
a good
pranking,
one.
yeah, they've been pranking each other big
That's
time.
fucking bananas.
So yeah, that was funny when I watched it.
Well, Quadir, this has been fantastic, bro. Let's
Dude,
wrap
this
this
is it.
motherfucker up.
Dude, this is it, man. We almost didn't make it.
I hope you stay in New York, but I hope whatever you do, it's the right move for yourself.
I said
you know?
I told this whole story on this pod.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if it turns out that something miraculous happened
Yeah.
and it actually works out,
Yeah.
I could pull this tape and say, "Hey, at this point on this day, I was actually not sure."
Right.
And then look at us today.
It all worked out.
It all worked out.
Where can people find you? Give us your social media.
It's easy. Quadir Yussuf. I know the spelling might be confusing for people who don't know me. So just type the Nigerian comedian on TikTok. It's the Nigerian comedian. On Instagram, it's my name, but just type the Nigerian comedian in your search bar. My name will come up. Quadir_Yussuf.
Yeah.
YouTube, same thing. Once you find my Instagram, you find the link to everything else in the bio. So just the Nigerian comedian on Instagram, and you can find me on every other platform and the link in my bio on Instagram.
Beautiful. All right, gang. Talk to you next week. Peace.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And keep chasing your dreams. Maybe one more episode before it blew up. But at this point, I don't think this nigga
Episode
got
312 is going to be wild.
Yeah, maybe this episode, maybe the Spider-Man video might go viral.
That might be it.
We'll see.
All right, motherfuckers. Talk to you next week. Peace.